Namaste, namaste. Glad you could join me for another episode of Mind Science. Yes, yes, yes. Great to be here again for another episode. Episode number 5. Yeah. We're coming right along. Got a lot more to go because as if you tune into the other episodes, this is leading you somewhere. Um, it's leading you somewhere, but just like in everything, it comes with steps. So, it comes with taking small bites of these things. But, if you tune into the last episode, which was plant the seeds of your garden. Um, you know, as I've told you, there are certain seeds in life that we should be planting, to basically do what you want, you know, in your life. And so, you know, kind of piggybacking off of last week's episode of plant your own garden, you should be planting something within your mind that's first deciding what you want in your life and then planting those seeds in your mind to allow them to grow and come to fruition within your mind because you're creating your own reality. But one of the things that kind of holds people up in this process is knowing their worth. So that's the title of this episode, is know, know you're worthy because a lot of people have been you know basically kind of programmed to not believe they're worthy for various reasons, and um it's all illusionary. It's we all are worthy. We all are worthy because we have the presence of God within us all. But you know along with these steps that we're talking about, because this is mind science, called mind science for a reason, because it's science of the mind, it's psychology, but it's backed up behind, universal law, some things stated within your Bible, um, that kind of justify, quantum physics, all kinds of things that bring together the fact that at the end of the day, you have the power within yourself, but you have to know your worth and know you're worthy of it. You have to make sure you're at peace with the things, that come in your life. You have to, that's the first thing. You have to be at peace with it, you know, because knowing your worth you know, is basically where it starts. You have to know you're worthy of it. Anything, worth having, has to have, you believe in. And one of the things you have to start planting in your garden, as we talked about before, is wealth and abundance. Yes, you should be planting seeds of wealth and abundance. And a lot of people have problems knowing their worth, you know, because for various reasons. Just make sure that your mind is at peace with money, and at the end of the day, behind all those reasons, because you have to get through all these things and basically be at peace with money. Because your money comes to you through your mind. So if you're not at peace with money in your mind, you know it's not, you're going to have a problem. You have to condition your mind, for whatever you want by loving it, actually. And see, basically, you have to have a good experience with these things, for to learn to love these things. And I know, it's a lot of religious people out there that got a problem because you know, love of money, but you have to love anything, good that comes into your life, correct? And so the thing is you have to like be on a vibrational tune. I mean, if you're not, let's just put it this way: if you're thinking about things, whatever you thinking about, say if you're religious, that's what you're attracting to your life, the things of that nature. So if you don't like money, just like like the things that you do love, say if you're religion, you welcome that into your life. But if you're not welcoming other things into your life, then clearly you're not on that vibrational frequency. And how can it come to you into your life? And that's a universal law, you know. So, the Bible also speaks of this. As a man thinketh, so he is. Yeah. You can't just like not think of money and have money. You have to actually have a love of money. So you have a positive, but you have to have love it positively and correctly. See, that's the key. That's the key. See, follow me here. See, you have to have a balanced, successful relationship with money. See, if your relationship's not balanced, like most, you know, clearly that's where the illusion of money being evil comes into people's lives. But see, that's why if you're listening to any of my affirmations of things, you hear me say, I'm not servant of money. Money serves me. See, that's the thing is you allow money to work for you. You're not being a servant of money. You know, that's the balance. That's the trick right there. Allowing money to serve you, you not being a servant of money. You know, because once you start serving money, you know, that's where really the evil begins. Matter of fact, you know, once you start serving anything, that's where the evil begins. See, there's a difference between loving things and serving things. God is about love. And so that's when you're automatically tuning into a high frequency then when you're tuned into love. You have to love things, but not be a servant of these things. And so that's something that you got to ponder when the next time it comes to your mind and you're not feeling that you're worthy of money, you should have money, assume your role. Become you know, have money serve you instead of you being a servant of money, you know, because you know, everything that's love is drawn to you. And so this is how you manifest things within your life. And one thing is guaranteed too. If you don't come to peace with money in your life, you're gonna have money troubles. I mean, put that to thought for a bit. A lot of people having trouble with money. It comes in one hand and out the other. You know, your subconscious mind has a feeling that money is dirty. Money is evil. See, it's unconsciously, it's in here. And see, money knows that because it's a vibration. Again, it feels you. And so you can best believe when it feels that you think of it as evil and dirty, it will oblige and stay away from you. It will flow through you to someone else because you don't love it. Think of it as because anything, people have to look at things, everything is energy, including money. So I talk to money as a relationship, as a person. You treat it with respect, love, you welcome it, just like you would anything else you want in your life, you know, as opposed to you have, you kind of, anybody's ever been in a situation where they were dealing with something, but they weren't really feeling that person. They were just kind of getting along or doing whatever you were doing at the time, but you didn't really feel them, you know. And after a while, you didn't have to say it to them. They felt you. They felt you. You're not really into me. I can tell. Yeah, how you know? I mean, nah. No, I can tell. Well, do believe the law of vibrations because everybody feels it. We have these laws that within ourselves. When the energy walks into the room, you feel the vibration. Money is a vibration, and it knows when you don't like it. It knows when you think it's dirty. So, chasing money will continue to be chasing when if you change your perspective, it comes to you. It loves you. You don't have to, it comes to you in all kinds of ways, you know. So that's the thing that, you have to kind of ask the question too is like, why would a child of the infinite be living in lack? You know, so you have to have the right understanding about money, you know, that basically, and really take a vow of wealth, really, because a lot of people are taking the vow of poverty, but you have to take the vow of wealth. I have vow to be wealthy. I vow, it's there. Not going too far, but you have to define these things in your life. So that's the power within ourselves to define what I am. So, you got to get to the point where, money knows you love it. Like I said, it feels your vibration. It feels you. You know? You have to get in your mind where really you like really like money mind conditioned. It happens. It becomes automatic. Like you got to get where like money just can't stay away from you. It just keeps coming to you. Like every time you turn around, like it come money. You know, and it's from the business. Like some of my businesses, you turn around. Here's my phone. I'm trying to get people scheduled. I think they can get you in. Beautiful problem. In various other ways that you know it just it happens. You know, the more you enjoy it, like anything, like you enjoy each other. So you have to develop this relationship. And unfortunately, a lot of people who don't come from money and they've been programmed to think about money in a negative way don't have this balance as I speak of. You know, you have a negative relationship with money. And what does negative do? Repel. So that gives you understanding right there about what poverty is. It's an attraction problem. It's a mindset problem. That's what this mind science is trying to, when people really get into this thing, understand everything is of the mind. You know, everything is of the mind. You know, like I can see, something I might think that, initially when see something and you might that spark within yourself, you say, that's a little expensive. And then you're like, I immediately change it and say, I'm so grateful for having the money to be able to afford this. And see, gratitude, that's another thing. The more you put gratitude, the more you show thanks, the more things come back. But it has to be from the heart. Now you have to be genuine with this thing. It feels you. The universe feels you. And I know a lot of religious people. What is the universe? I need you to understand. What do you think you're living? Outside of what do you think Earth existing in? I'm not gonna go too far with this, but there's a lot of people who stuck literally in their neighborhood, nevertheless, think outside of this earth or the universe. Everything that applies to the universe and God. Nope, I'm not gonna go down there too far, but again, back to what I was saying. Learn to enjoy the use of money. See, small things. I don't care if you spend $5. Enjoy that $5 that you spent instead of thinking about it like it's stressful. Because the more you resist, the more things persist. You're not enjoying money, then you don't have a good relationship with money. It's like being, again, whatever in a relationship and you're not enjoying each other. You can't even enjoy yourself spending $5. You know, enjoy spending money and that's how you develop a relationship with it instead of you know, an anti-social relationship almost like, yeah, I kind of know you, but we don't really have a relationship. Yeah, it's kind of, I use you to do other things for me. And I can't really keep you. You don't stay with me. So I just kind of work for you or do some things, whatever I do, just to see you every now and then. But we have no relationship. But I find it hard to live when I don't see you. you know. So if you learn how to, establish a love affair with money, money will establish a love affair with you. You have to match the vibration, people. But again, we're working through that because I can say this, but if you're not matching the vibration and you have unconscious thought processes about it being dirty and all kinds of other situations, but not without having balance and clear understanding, then we're trying to get to that point where you can understand these things. But like I said, poverty is a mindset. And once you get understanding about this and this whole mind science that I'm bringing you guys, like you understand, it's like you more focus on abundance will actually clear up poverty. But if you keep focusing on poverty, you keep manifesting poverty. So a little something to think about, So, but until you get over the poverty mindset in your mind. Because if you have a poverty mindset, you have to establish that right now where you have this thing, you never have enough money. It ain't gonna happen. You know, if you're accepting, you know, poverty, that's the opposite of abundance. So, law of polarity, you have to accept one of those two, and you can't want money and want abundance, but you think and you attract poverty. Opposite ends of the spectrum. You must accept the idea of prosperity. And then again, know your worth. Know you're worthy of this. The presence of God in me makes me worthy of this. We have to get to these points. Yes. As a matter of fact, say it right now. The presence of God in me makes me worthy of having all the riches I desire. Say it and feel it. That's how you start establishing a relationship with this thing. You know, because right now it's an antagonistic relationship. So, you know, even within, it's even really expressed like in Psalms 23 in the Bible. What is it, Psalm 23, 5th verse? Where David said, my cup runneth over. I don't know, you know, because the Bible, you know, it's a lot of interpretation. You have to understand allegories and symbolisms and things like that, and other things within the Bible. But you know, you know, so you have to translate some of these things. You can't take them all to the point literal, but there are some things that are just straight to the point and that's literal. My cup runneth over, and I take that as, you know, you ought to have abundance. Your cup should be running over with abundance. God's children should be. Yeah. Boy, I know one of the oldest, when I get the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. I shall not want. Wish I could whistle, I can't though. But hey, if I could, it'd be a loud whistle on that. You know, I shall not want. So if you live in lack, you want. It's contradictory, you know. And you know, to those that say money is evil, question. Why'd you get up early this morning to go to work at old dark 30 or stay or get, you know, whatever shift you happen to work, stayed and got off at 1 in the morning, whatever it is that, you know, you punched in, did something, whatever you do to make money, why'd you do it? What was the end goal? Money, right? And then the more interesting question, because, you know, again, I come from, you know, I was raised in my people are Christians and the holiness, and so I know there's some lack thought processes going on, you know, there. And so when we speak of churches, why is it that it's a poverty mindset that I should, you know, should have, but you know, there's always this money that's taken up, and it's a lot of emphasis on this money, and it's called tithing. And when people don't pay it, I hear a lot of rumblings, a lot of rumblings. I hear more judgment about people not paying tithes and more videos and people pulling people behind the closed doors to talk to them about their feelings about how much money they should supposed to put in their tithes. You're not putting enough your 10%. You own a business, so you should put in more. You know, people tell stuff like that. Go talk to people, wives, and the wives are not even really being wives to their husbands and disclosing how much money this guy makes, her husband makes. You know, basically more married to the church than her husband, and that's too much of that going on. But that's a whole nother story. Goes and, you know, infiltrates his camp and tells the church how much money he makes for him to put his money in there. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff going on into this thing called money. That's a whole lot of work right there. You know, I see where relationship could be torn up. The guy who being invited in the back of the church to ask more money, He can react all kinds of ways. He'd be justified. But the point is that why is it so evil for some people to have it, and it's not right for you to have it in abundance, like rich, not just to get by, pay your bills and pray for the rest, hope, whatever. Because I do need people to understand that hope outside ain't happening, but the actual faith and belief inside, the presence of God within you, you can have all of this. You can move mountains. That's what you got to accept. So you're accepting poverty by accepting something outside of you. When you go inside of you, you accept the riches to the kingdom. So that question is, I'd love someone to, reach out because I've heard about enough as I can hear about we need to pay the light bill. Look, way too many ways to get things done, for churches who basically get tax-free, payments and things of that nature, and if God will provide, I've always said, why is it that God will provide for them, but he can't provide, for the parishioners? I mean, basically parishioners have to provide the money, but somehow the church needs yours. So we got to get this thing out of our mind about being evil because it's not evil, it's balance. Now, there are some things, again, back to that balancing, we hear some things being served, not, you know, serving, helping someone to serve their cause, you know, being the master of their money, not the servant of their money, you know. So you have to get, understand that you manifesting the ideas in your mind. So if you have that poverty mindset, or you believe in it, the pastor, everybody else should have it. That is what you are manifesting. He should have the Cadillac. You should drive the Toyota. Why can't you drive the Cadillac? You can if you believe, and you can get it actually easier than he did because you don't need nobody's tithes. You just have to believe in yourself and have faith, and go take a look at that Cadillac on the lot. Then go back home, lay down and see yourself driving. As a matter of fact, while you're in it, close your eyes. See yourself driving it. Drive it then if you need to do it. But then when you go back, put it in the picture of your mind and visualize that and continue to do that. Go in the theater of your mind and believe that you're going to see it. It's coming. It's coming. See, you already manifest your own things anyway, but you're doing it unconsciously. Now, mind science is trying to direct you in the way of doing it consciously to amaze yourself. Try it. Go out and try it. And those that want to really know, because you have to put feelings with this. You have to see, because if you're looking at this thing, but you can't see yourself being there, you have that doubt. So you have to be in that moment. This is how you move these things. Instead of being away from that moment, you have to be in that moment, because that present moment, if you're seeing yourself in that present moment and visualizing that over and over again, you are creating what you call manifestation. So that's why we need to understand what you're manifesting in your mind and believe you're worthy. You know, there are millionaires and billionaires, you might call financially like wealthy, but they don't enjoy their money because they don't have balance. Money is running them. That's why you hear these stories of people that have a little financial situation. Instead of knowing they can manifest more with their mind, they go blow their heads away. They're just totally, money, has them, they're servant to it. They're consumed. It has them, they're attached to it. You can't be attached to anything. And that's the thing. No balance. You're not enjoying it. You just, it's just basically consuming you instead of you actually enjoying the riches of it. You know, money is to be used. Money is to be enjoyed. And money is to serve you. You let it marinate for a bit. Serve you. That's how money works. Your loving and obedient servant. Yep. Have to become a master of that money. I am the master of money. I tell money what to do. I call money and money must come. Say it right now to yourself. I am the master of money. One more time. One more time. We have to get this from you. I am the master of money. Oh man. Feel it. It's just because if I'm the master myself, I'm the master of all things concerning me. So you gotta start mastering yourself. So before I get out of here, leave some quotes with you for today. Again, as I always recommend, like anything, come back and look at it twice. Which you have to let it, like anything, you come back, you get something that you missed the first time, or you get a better understanding, or you get your unconscious mind to soak it in. This is what it's about. Get your unconscious mind, because your conscious mind imprints what's going on in your unconscious mind. That's what determines things. And people have to understand how to start imprinting these things in their unconscious mind that produce the results that you want within your life. And then unlearn the things that you were taught when you're allowing the universe to, frequencies to just exist. Because it's the difference between you putting your own frequency out and you just absorbing frequency. This is people who feel like life is just happening to them. You just don't feel like you just don't know what's going to happen, because you have not determined what you want in your life. You haven't decided anything, and you have not put out any frequency to put you in any direction to have you going in the direction of life you want to go. You're sitting, and a lot of us sitting, waiting on things to give them strength. They have to start making this with the presence of God within yourself, doing the moves yourself instead of waiting on something to tap you on your shoulder and do it. But you have to start believing in yourself and know you're worthy of having these things. So again, to the quotes, you can only love enough, you will be the most powerful person in the world. Emmett Fox. Love is the key. See, that's what people got to understand. Love is the key to everything. Even when we get to talking about, I got to touch on the religion. See, I've done episodes, and people need to understand like spirituality and religion. I've done an episode on that. And a lot of people don't, unfortunately, it seems like with the Christians, they don't understand they're religious. It's under religious system, just like the Muslims. It's all religion. When you have to get together and form within a group, you are a part of a religion. And some people, just because a Catholic is over here and whatever different type Protestant, they think they're differentiating. Yeah, you do have different styles, but you're still under the Christian label, which still forms a religion. I ask you guys to go out and research these things, because people don't understand it. So with that being said, you have people who want to confuse people using spiritual elements within religion and thinking it's spiritual, when it's just spiritual elements that are being used for people to assume that it's spiritual, to buy into a system of control. Now, you can go with this all you want to. I'm not going to go down too far, but the point is if you go back and look at the scale that I show you, the vibrational scale, I probably should have brought it again. I probably should keep it on. You have the top where the high vibrations are, where you're seeing, and you have peace and love. And at the bottom, you down here, you have fear and things of that nature. And you have people serving a religion who has you fearful of what's going to happen to you and things of this nature. If you don't do what I say, this happens, this is going to happen. And then you look at the top part up here and you see love. And the thing is, you have to understand, they can't exist together. Love is the key. Fear just brings more fear and more trouble and more anxiety and more depression and more of not believing you're worthy. I'm fearful. I don't know if I can do it. I don't believe someone else can do it. That's you. I'm not supposed to run my own business. So everybody else, everybody's not meant to run their own business. Fear. Not knowing your worth and fearful. But when you have love, you have God the presence within yourself, and you know all things are possible. And that mindset, that world mindset, leaves, and your higher self evolves. But people, you're not going to understand it. You're not. It's going to sound like gibberish to you or something like, "What are you talking about?" Like, until you get your perception up, because you got to understand a person. Think about it this way: if you're mad, you see things a whole lot differently than you do when you're not. So you have to look at it the same way. Understand when you've been living on a base of something that put you in fear since you've been alive. Something told you that you're supposed to be scared of this. This is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Don't do this. That's gonna happen. When fear is not even a actual emotion, it's a programmed emotion to keep people under control. Because when you have love, when people who read your Bible, you say they fear not. Because you have love and you know there's nothing to fear. So how does exist together? You got to ask yourself, what are you serving? Nobody just talked about serving. If you're serving anything, worshiping anything, you should be loving it. That is God. Anything else, we'll leave it at that. So anyway, money, swore an oath that nobody that did not love her should ever have her. It's an Irish proverb. Proverb, sorry. Yeah, it says, you don't love them, you can't stick around. The Irish proverb, the whole country goes without. So on to some affirmations. You guys need to get into this, program those minds. Really do. You need to get your friends with you. I mean, really, at the end of the day, y'all gotta understand, do you really want something different in your life? You really want to have something? But that's really what it's about. And actually, while you're doing it, you're gonna get healthy. Because I cover all these areas. So you change your mind, all these things start happening. Health and wealth. That's the goal of this show. So if you really want to be about that, because that's where we at, and where the mission as we continue to grow, because it's growing. Stick with us and grow with us. Plant those seeds. So I now take the time to make sure that my mind is at peace with money. I control the money in my life. Money does not control me. Money serves me. Money loves to serve me. Money loves for me to enjoy it and to use it for my good purposes. Yes, it's your God-given right to be abundant and enjoy life. You have to you have to ask yourself, what creator actually bring you here to struggle? If you really know the truth, you create it within yourself. So you got the creator struggling right now. It wants to live abundantly through you. But when you stop accepting that stuff outside of you and start knowing, and go actually read something, and anybody really want to look out, I can point you in the right direction to show you what I'm talking about. If you want to, what are you talking about, God? If it's not that, those that really want to know and want to get out of the stuff, especially some of the stuff that was taught to some of my people in slavery, and those that don't have to be in slavery. There's a lot of people in the South that believe certain things that limit their worth, limit their thinking about themselves, and it's not true. It's just not true. It's the total opposite. You shall not want, but you want though. If you want right now, and the Bible is saying you shall not want, or various things that are stated that are contradicted to what you're doing right now. You got to ask yourself questions. Money is good. Yes, money is wonderful. I welcome more and more money into my life. I think of money correctly, use it correctly, and enjoy it correctly. Thank you, God, in me for money. Serves me. Not a servant of it. It serves me. And it serves you as well when you change your mind. It's not like nobody has the monopoly on this thing. We all have the presence of God within ourselves. It's the mind that makes you different from the person who has money. and the person that don't. That is all the difference there is at the end of the day. And like I've said earlier, there are people that appear to have money, but that money, they're serving the money instead of money, you know, them having the money serve them. There's the evil, serving anything. So again, that's some things to think about right there. While you're planting your garden, know your worth and plant big seeds in your garden. Don't limit your garden. Know that anything is possible. Know that it's not just possible, it's going to happen. See, manifestation is something that's not just like tricks. We're already doing it. It's how the universe works. It's just that you're not doing it consciously. So if you do these things, like I'm saying, as far as manifestation, the deal is the feeling and your belief, and you holding faith as it this thing start manifesting, instead of like wondering, well, how is it going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. You was looking at your clock, can't figure it out. Instead of having belief and being confident that God within me is handled, it's already, I already have it. It's done. See, it's called belief. If y'all never walked in these feet before, understood it, you can't comprehend it. But it's all through Bibles when people are not shackling minds. See, if you look through and have discernment through all of the stuff that's been put in there to shackle minds, there's actually freedom within there. That's what the real God wants. Freedom, abundance, prosperity for you and all of us. So it's just each individual, you know, understanding that it's their purpose to come here and live to be involved in their higher self, lose the ego mind, lose the world mind, start raising their vibration, being able to ascend into their vibration to reach peace and finally, enlightenment. And with these emotions, you are using the God power within yourself to, yes, manifestation. You are creating things just as the creator did. See, that's what people can't get because you can't see the God in yourself. But what's going to hurt you for trying? Just try. Just try. I'm here for you guys that really want to. But, do your thing on your own. Either way, the point is don't speak on things that you haven't tried, and you might mess around and get rich. Beautiful thing. So anyway, let me get out of here. Again, it's been a pleasure to bring, I call it love and life because it really is coming from love. I mean, I'm really trying to spread love because there's so much in me that like I just can't hold it. Like I have to share this and hope that we all can rise in abundance and prosperity and health, and people can see and feel what I did. I mean, kind of, you know, that's what we are actually here to do, to transmit love. I give it to people who don't even want to hear it. They don't think they want to hear it because they're programmed not to hear it. But who don't actually want to be free and abundant and do all the things they want to do. But when your mind is saying that you don't think you're worthy, that's when you don't want to hear it because you don't believe you're worthy. So check these things because you are. Each one of you looking at me right now, you're worthy. No other excuses. You are worthy. You need to look in the mirror and to start deciding the day. Right now. No one can. So until next week, plant these seeds. Because I'll be back with more fertilizers to make them grow. Those that want to grow along with me. So, the light in me honors the light in you. Until the next one.